She's eating for two! I had a feeling she was. No, don't walk all the way back to tell him that's really annoying. Can't you just tell him when you get home? Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome to part 3 of my Merchant Generation of my Medieval Legacy Challenge. This is actually the second time I've tried to record the start of this video. I actually had the idea that I was going to start with Jonathan and take him out on a date with the girl that he's been kind of sort of courting. Her name is Alondra. I did actually record it, but it was such a disaster that I was like, I don't even know if there's any point in showing you guys. Like, it went very badly. Very, very badly. So I've maybe decided we'll just start fresh in this household. But Jonathan took Alondra out on a date. He is an unflirty sim. She is a mean sim. It was not a great combination. So I think he's come to the conclusion that maybe she's not a great match. So I'll try again. Because I'm mostly focusing on Vivienne, I didn't want to spend episodes and episodes and episodes following the hapless love life of Jonathan Graham. But at the same time, I would like him to, I'd like us to be able to go to a wedding, for example. So we'll see how it goes. I actually have my eye on another sim for him now. The game, I didn't think she existed in this world, but the game has decided Nalani is in this world. Obviously, she's a mermaid, which could make things a little complicated, but she's also a sweetie, and she's one of my favourite EA sims. In fact, she's probably my favourite EA sim. So I'm not sure I can pass up the opportunity to have him attempt to romance Nalani. Maybe we'll do that in the next part. Let me know what you think. If you think a mermaid is a terrible idea, let me know. Especially because we live in Windenburg and she can't swim and she's a child of the ocean. But part of me kind of, if she ends up being tense or sad because she hasn't been in the ocean for ages, it gives me that kind of I'm trapped on land away from my family and I miss them vibe, which I kind of like. It's a little bit like the Selkie who's lost their skin. Is it a Selkie? The seal ones that wear the skin? Those guys, it gives me that kind of a mythological feel to it, which I quite like. Anyway, the other thing I did mention previously, which isn't relevant here, so you'll just have to bear with me and imagine it, is that I've started putting in proper cemeteries, because obviously we're into this is our third generation, and we've had a few sims die, and I had kind of been doing what I do in my normal gameplay, which is putting the graves of previous generations in that household just somewhere in the lot, like making them a nice little garden or something. But back in medieval times, people felt quite strongly, as they kind of religious people do now, your grave and your body should be interred in a place that's been blessed, blah, 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 because otherwise demons. So what I've done, sorry if that's very disrespectful of your beliefs, but what I've done is I've set up some proper cemeteries. So I've currently just done the Crumbling Isle in Windenburg. I've put one, which is the sort of island cemetery for the random townies, which is in the medieval village. There's a church there. And I've actually converted the one at David's house on the original lot, because it's a 64 by 64 lot, the one where Zachary and Rose and her dad were buried. I've converted that into a proper cemetery, like put a wall around it and paths and stuff, and I'm thinking we'll use that for all of our family graves. That's my plan. It's a bit morbid, but the reason I was thinking about it is next generation's a knight, but then we've got a priest. And I actually like the idea that the priest lives in a church or beside a church with an established graveyard with established graves of sims that I know, because seems accurate to real life. So that's why I've done that. I'm going to keep working on that off screen because I haven't actually got one for the main part of Windenburg yet. I also don't have one for Glimmerbrook, but because there's only 5 lots here, I don't think I will. Because unless I get the tool mod, if I had the tool mod, I could make a nice little graveyard somewhere like out here. Although that might be ice. But do you know what I mean? I could actually just put a cemetery somewhere, and maybe I'll do that eventually. But for these sims, I was thinking I'd be burying them in the family plot anyway, which is a horrible thing to be thinking about, given that they are also young and still, embracing life. Little Desiree has just gotten up And she's making pancakes for everybody, getting herself some breakfast, which is wonderful. Now, one of you suggested in the comments that Desiree should become the like fairy godmother for the family in future generations. I love that idea. So what I'm thinking is long term, I'll probably move her back into her parents' house because that house gives me fairy godmother vibes. But either as an adult or an elder, I'll have her use magic to stop the aging process, and then she'll be the grandmother, like, that everyone goes to for, like, help with their problems and stuff. I love that idea so much. So thank you very much for that suggestion. Now, little Genevieve, I just had to remind myself of her name. I wanted to call her Vivienne. She's almost level 3 imagination because they've been reading her books. Movement 2, potty 2, and thinking and communication 1. She did have a little bit of a tantrum when her mum tried to potty train her earlier. So we'll see how that goes. Joseph's gotten up for the day. Oh, I had him knit a mailbox thinking I could sell it downstairs, but it turns out you can't list nifty knitting items for sale. So I actually can't have hanging plant holders or anything like they're not eligible for sale. I can't put that on the lot and then right click it or like click on it and say set for sale. So I've just actually put these things on Plopsy just to get rid of them. But it's a bit sad. I mean, I did knit this. See what I mean? Like there's no, so I've just put it in the kitchen, in the bathroom. I'm thinking we're going to start upgrading things like the toilets and stuff. But the main goal is, again, to make some money. I would like Vivienne to get pregnant again. I think that would be helpful. And hopefully she gets pregnant with a boy because we need to have an heir for the next generation. So I'm going to have her get herself some leftovers. What did you choose? You chose pancakes. You have chose wisely. Why are you eating vegetable dumplings by the mailbox? That's very strange. So I'm thinking we're going to open the shop. We'll maybe have them, try for baby again. Basically, we're having a very domestic episode. Like I said, I had thought we'd be having a let's see if we can get Jonathan married episode, but Unflirty so far is defeating me. I mean, it didn't help. They got a bit of romance, which I'd got off screen before I even tried to record the date. But then between his flubbing, like he'd attempt to hug her and she'd shut him down, even though their romance was high enough that she probably shouldn't have. And I assume that that's because of the unflirty trait. I don't actually know. Come down here and open the store and we'll see how we go. We'll see if we can sell some stuff. I'm just so loving being in this lot. It's so wholesome. No, you've got sneakers on, sir. You're going to have to leave. Only Sims I have created and approve of their outfits are allowed to shop in my shop. It's a particularly niche set of house rules, but that's okay. Oh my gosh, little Victor's here. He's very, very sad because obviously Mortimer passed away. So I guess he's still sad about that. Oh, bills. 1,000. I might get you to pay the bills. We can afford it, which is good. But then I'm going to get him to come down here and maybe he could craft something for the... Oh, by the way, she's got craft a broom, we'll hang it up. And that she's got a wand now. And I actually had Joseph make it for her. Her wand says crafted by Joseph Weaver, which I kind of really like that, honestly. Oh my gosh, Vivienne. She's so flirty. I feel like she might go downstairs and drag Joseph away. I might actually have her do that. No, you have to leave, sir. I'm getting all these randomly generated townies at the moment. It's quite annoying. She's feeling flirty. I'm going to get her to come down here and, compliment Joseph. The toddler's asleep. Desiree's got the shop under control. Oh, people want to buy stuff. All right, Desiree, you need to stop talking to people who wanted to buy something. This fellow. Let's ring him up. So I'm going to have her come down and basically be like, hey, honey, Joseph, can I get you to help me with something upstairs for a minute? And he's like, why? What's up? And she's like, oh, something's broken. Can I get you to help me fix it? And he's like, okay, sure, I guess. Pride myself on being handy. Oh, he's auto-queuing romantic interactions now. That's good. In the meantime, she's just going to go around and say hi to everybody. We've got a new, I think he's a new, no, he's not. He's just a rando. I do have some new knights in the castle because obviously Sir Reginald is now very old and Sir Edison has passed away. So I've got some new knights of the realm. So we'll ask that person to leave. It's handy having an interaction that I can do. Now, Vivienne has brought him up here and he's like, so what's broken? And she's like, nothing's broken, but I needed your help with something. God, he's like, but we should be helping Desiree with the shop. And she's like, Desiree won't mind if we spend a little bit of time together. Like, the baby's asleep, the baby's using a diaper, the shop's being taken care of. Like, you know, I need your help with something. I need you to wash my back. Now, he doesn't seem to mind. So I'm going to get them to try for a baby. We'll see how that goes. Somebody down here wants to buy something. I think it's this person over here. This Adriel. So let's go bring up Adriel. And then Sir Victor. And, you know, basically Desiree's running the fort. We'll see. We'll see if she's pregnant or not. But, yeah, I might skip ahead a little bit. And we'll kind of catch up with it. I'm tempted to make this part actually cover a few days, and we'll maybe see if we can have Vivienne actually have her baby in this part. Fingers crossed I can get it to work properly. Vivienne is feeling sick again. She has a fever again. They have been sick, I feel like, constantly since we first moved to Glimmerbrook. Maybe it's something to do with, you know, the weather in the area or something. Like, they come from a warmer place, but they really don't. Like, Windenburg is not that much warmer than Glimmerbrook. Now, little Genevieve is upstairs destroying the kitchen, working on, I think, her thinking skill. I believe they actually get thinking for this, which you would think I would have known sooner, despite all of that time doing the 100 Baby Challenge. I didn't know. And I'm having her work on thinking to get to level 2 because she can't use her blocks yet. So I had planned on having her mum work with her, but then someone bought the painting here and I wanted to replace it with another painting so that people weren't using my easel, you know? We've sold a bit of stuff. We've done all right for today. We've got, let's have a look. Yeah, we've made 5,000 simoleons, but obviously we've had to restock some stuff. Can I get you to ring up this fellow? Vivienne's just finished a masterpiece, so I'll get her to go back upstairs. Yeah, I suspect that she's pregnant, but it's hard to tell because she's also sick. And she's been, we can ship that on Plopsy as well. She's been making lots of I don't feel well motions, but because she's also feverish, it's sort of hard to know. I think I'm going to close the shop because it's getting to be a bit much. And she's sick again too. Oh no, she might be just dehydrated. Oh, her dad's come. That's sweet. All right, let's discuss our favourite authors with Oliver. Ah, she's thinking level 2. Woohoo! I've been having Joseph work on his handiness skills, so he made this broom, which I'm going to pretend is the actual shop broom, but I had him make a second one, which I'm going to list for sale, because, you know, brooms are a handy thing to buy at the shops, because then I could have a little row of brooms. Oh, I can't recolor them. That's really annoying. I'll get her to give her dad a hug, find out how her little baby brother's doing, and he's like, oh, he's doing really well, you know. He's got his mother's constitution, which is great. You know, I think Oliver was a little bit... He wasn't a sickly child, but because he spent a lot of time indoors playing violin and stuff, he wasn't as robust, perhaps, as his older sibling was. Oh, little Vivienne was feeling all sad because her parents had been busy all day. He's giving her a hug, and she's like, no, Daddy, don't. You smell like sawdust. Oh, come on now, that's better. I want him to try and teach her to say please and thank you. It's not a thing I normally play with, because usually in the 100 Baby Challenge, I just focused on getting their responsibility up. I might actually, like, get her, like, a Blaffy or something as well, so she has a big-ass teddy bear. Of course, we're going to have to put 2 extra beds in here, potentially, or could be more if we have girls. So, yeah, that's a little untidy. I don't actually know where I'm going to put them. I could make her room slightly smaller. I originally had thought we'd just have kids in here, like a boys' room and a girls' room. But obviously with Desiree now living with us, I guess we could make Desiree a little hut over here or something, like her own little private witchy cottage. That would be cute. Let me know what you think. So I decided, since the weather was nice and sunny today for a change, that I was going to have Vivienne go out, maybe do some paintings, like out in the world. She's eating for two! I had a feeling she was. No, don't walk all the way back to tell him. That's really annoying. Can't you just tell him when you get home? Now, I actually am trying to have her go here with Genevieve. Can she? Oh, there's a ford there. I was like, how is she going to get across? But yes, she's going to cross to here. I thought her and Desiree could, like, she could harvest, you know, the plants and play games, and they could basically just hang out together, you know. Can I get her to paint from reference, perhaps? Yes. There's Eleanor Faber kicking around. We're going to imagine that Vivienne knew she was pregnant before she left the house, and she's already had that conversation with Joseph. But she's wanting to do some... Oh my god, look at that. I have to do a painting of her. We're not selling... Well, we might sell a copy of it, but we're not selling this one. This was not what I was imagining. I was just thinking, like, you know, a scenery type painting. But when Desiree is looking so amazingly beautiful, I obviously have to do that. So I think Desiree's asking what it's like. I think she's trying to understand, you know, well, what's it like to be pregnant? What's it like to be with a husband? Like, I think she's got a kind of curiosity around it. But I don't know that she's super interested in, you know, running off. Because obviously Vivienne's like, well, you know, you could find out. You're an attractive young lady, you know. I'm sure Joseph knows some friends that we could maybe try and hook you up with. And I think Desiree's like, no, I don't really feel like that's what I'm interested in. I would actually like to see the kind of, like, whether Desiree would make beautiful babies. But at the same time, my imagined story arc for her is there's probably not room in that for children. We'll see how we go. Obviously, I want all of my Sims to have loads of babies, but then it gets a bit complicated. Speaking of loads of babies, Andrea and Colton are pregnant again. So that's exciting. Little Rebecca is a child now. I'm not sure how she feels about a younger sibling, but yeah, they're pregnant again. David is an elder and so is Alana. I can't remember if I told you guys. And when I was playing in Joseph's house, I noticed David is very close to the end of his natural life, which breaks my heart. So obviously I don't want to ever visit that household and play as that household again because he might die, which would be very sad. So I just love that she's out here like, well, let's teach you to talk, little one. And look at little Genevieve's face. She's like totally enthralled by her auntie. Or technically second cousin. I'm going to call her Auntie Desiree. I can't be bothered trying to figure it out. Maybe Desiree, when you're done with that, could you build a snow pal with Genevieve? That would be very cute. Also, how can they not be best friends yet? I'm very upset by that. They need to be best friends. She's known her for her entire life. Oh, she's tired of words. So I guess we'll stop. No, come back here. Finish the painting. Oh, she's getting hungry. I mean, you have a spellcaster right here if you're getting hungry. That's fine. You could just ask her to magic you up some food. I'm just saying. I'm loving this so much. It's so wholesome. Look, they're making a snow pal. I don't know if she can, Genevieve can, like, make snow angels and stuff. I don't think she can. I think she can just, you know, get her dress wet and stuff. It's so cute though. I feel like Desiree's really coming out of her shell, like having to interact with people and, you know, run the shop and stuff. She's learning to be a bit more assertive, which is great for her. Like, I'm really loving this. It's so wholesome. She's like, I'm not going to lie, Vivienne, why is she walking past again? I feel like she's keeping an eye on us. I'm just saying. All right, let's, oh, are you not feeling well? Can we pop that in our inventory? Because I 100% do not want to sell it. Are you okay? She's acting like she's sick, but she doesn't currently have a sick moodlet. But Desiree was sick earlier too, again. So let's have a snowball fight with Desiree. I think that'd be funny. What snow pal did you make? Oh, he's so wholesome. Look at him. Vivienne has a pristine reputation. What? Because she just threw a snowball at her cousin? I mean, okay. Cool. Can I get her to destroy the snow pal? Genevieve, destroyer of worlds. Yeah, you teach that snow pal a lesson. She's such a sweetheart. Look at her. Made a snow friend and then murdered it. That's actually a little concerning. I am going to get these eyes to pack up and go home. The sunset is so pretty. I'm going to really quickly try and get Vivienne to start a painting showing the beautiful sunset. I don't know if I can because I can't kind of get high enough. I mean, I can capture the sky, I guess, like that. It does show all of the street lights, which aren't actually super medieval, but let's go with that. And then she doesn't have to finish the painting. It's kind of too dark, but she should be able to put the whole thing in her inventory, I hope. Oh no, I have to actually finish it. That's really annoying. So I've just recolored the table and the chairs because it was bothering me that the wood tones weren't the same. These guys are having a little catch up, you know, so how was your day? We've hung the beautiful painting of Desiree up on the wall, which I love. And, you know, she's explaining, you know, how she was thought she might be pregnant, but she's almost positive that she's pregnant now because, you know, while they were out by the river, she felt like fluttering. So I think... does he need to ask her to feel the baby? I think he would. So he was feeling really sad while she was out. He was feeling very small. Like it said that he felt small when there aren't others around. Why does he want her to visit the hospital? I mean, she is sick, but they can't. The moodlet's gone now. But yeah, he was feeling really sad from the fact that they went out together for the day, which part of me feels bad for him. Like he also has moved away from his family, but she's at least got Desiree, so she's not completely alone from her entire family. And maybe that's why he was feeling sad, like he was feeling a bit homesick and stuff. It's sweet that he's gone to clean up, but that's actually not what I wanted to have happen, you know? All right, I finally got these two to talk again. I'm pretty sure I'm definitely 100% pregnant. And he's like, okay, well, that's great news. I think he's probably hoping for a son, you know, carry on the family name and all that. But he's just happy that she's pregnant. Now, she has been sick a lot. So I think he's going to say, look, I'm glad you had a great time out, you know, today with your cousin. But I think maybe you should stay home, you know, don't be going out too far from the shop or from the house because, you know, it's cold and you've been unwell and we just need to make sure you stay warm and healthy. Like, in some circumstances, that would be a bit overbearing. But in this case, I actually think he's legitimately concerned for her. She's been sick since they moved to Glimmerbrook. So has Desiree on and off. In fact, so has Joseph. They're basically reinfecting each other, I think. And I think every time they go outside and it's snowing or raining, they get sick again. So they've been sick constantly. The rules don't actually say that she can't have medicine, I think. And I know I can order it on their phone even without a computer. But part of me is like, well, I'm trying to be realistic. And I think the kind of long-term, you know, sick a lot, you know, especially back then before antibiotics and modern healthcare, I actually think it's kind of realistic. It's just making it really awkward because every time she tries to leave the house, I had her have some orange juice before bed, which is why it's saying she's medicated because that's slice of life, I think. But she's not feeling great. I'll get her to come and have breakfast scramble. That's looking really delicious. I really want that. Is that mushroom? Yeah, little mushrooms and like... it looks like it's got cheese or something in it. Okay, I'm getting hungry. I'm also really excited for the new meals and stuff. And by the way, can we just take a moment to appreciate Joseph? The fitness table is doing wonders for his fitness. The same thing happened with Thomas. And I can't remember if I have a mod for that or if that's actually an EA thing. Because I've downloaded a ton of Little Miss Sam mods. And it's possible that I got one that was like, Hannah's table gives fitness. But look at him. I know I said I wanted to have the baby in this part. I feel like that might have been a bit optimistic because a little bit's happened. You know, we've had them go out for a nice play in the snow, and I think Desiree trying to understand romance, and I think she likes the idea of having children, but she's not really interested in a relationship. Like, just it doesn't appeal, and that is partly because she's got the unflirty trait. Oh, whoops. Sorry, Joseph. That was a rude shock. You know, you could have washed your hands over here. I'm just saying. I can't see her having kids as much as I would love to see the kids that she would have. I mean, maybe she'll have a liaison. Oh, that's a cool idea. She could have a one-night stand with, like, an elf or some mystical creature and get pregnant, but not actually. Oh, I love that. I love that for her. Let me know what you think. I am going to end this part here. I know I said maybe we'd have a baby in this part, and if she's pregnant with a boy, then I would love to meet them. But what I might do is I'll play a couple of days off screen, get her to the point where she's due, and then that way, oh, sweetie, yeah, you're definitely pregnant. That way in the next part, she can hopefully have a baby, and fingers crossed, if we're very, very lucky, then I can bring the baby to this lot. So I'm going to end this part here. If you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.